The restaurant lights were already dimming when she checked her phone for the sixth time, and realized she had been stood up. But just as she reached for her purse to leave, the front door burst open and three tiny girls ran inside, scanning the room with desperate eyes. Then all three of them stopped in front of her table, holding hands, and said in shaky little voices, "My daddy's sorry he's late." If this moment touches your heart at any point, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, because stories like this remind us how powerful kindness, patience, and unexpected love can be. She had almost cancelled tonight. After 2 years of focusing only on work and helping her younger sister through college, blind dates felt exhausting. But her co-worker insisted, promising the man was different. Now, sitting alone with a melting candle and untouched water glass, she felt foolish for believing it. The restaurant buzzed with couples laughing softly, plates clinking, waiters moving smoothly between tables. Everyone belonged somewhere. Except her. She stared at the message thread again. No new texts. No apology. No explanation. She inhaled slowly, grabbed her purse, and pushed her chair back. That's when the door opened. The cold evening air rushed inside, followed by three little girls wearing matching yellow jackets. Their hair was tied in tiny pigtails, slightly messy like someone had rushed them. The hostess looked confused, bending down to talk to them, but they gently slipped past her and started scanning faces. One of them spotted her first. They walked toward her table, their little shoes tapping softly against the floor. The smallest one clutched a folded napkin like it was something important. They stopped right in front of her. "My daddy's sorry he's late," the middle one said, voice trembling like she was trying to be brave. The woman blinked, confused. I'm sorry?" The girl unfolded the napkin. Inside was a rushed handwritten note. "I am so sorry. I'm outside parking. Please don't leave. Daniel." Before she could process it, a man rushed inside, slightly out of breath, hair messy from running his hands through it too many times. His jacket was unzipped, tie loose, eyes scanning the room nervously. When he saw them at her table, he froze for half a second, then walked over quickly. "I am so sorry," he said, voice heavy with embarrassment. "Their babysitter canceled last minute, and my neighbor who sometimes helps was stuck in traffic. I almost canceled, but they insisted I come because," he glanced down at the girls. "They said I deserved to try again." The girls nodded seriously. The woman sat slowly back down, heart unexpectedly tightening. "Triplets?" she asked softly. He nodded. 6 years old. And apparently professional life advisors. One of the girls climbed slightly onto the chair edge. "Daddy said you're nice." The woman laughed before she could stop herself. It felt strange, warm, unexpected. "Sit," she said quietly. Relief flooded his face. He ordered juice for the girls and dinner for them. The girls talked more than both adults combined, about school, about their cat, about how their dad makes pancakes shaped like animals but they always look like blobs. And slowly, awkwardness melted. She learned he was a widower. Lost his wife 3 years ago. Learned how to braid hair by watching YouTube videos at 2 a.m. Learned how to pack lunches, attend dance recitals, and cry quietly in the shower so the girls wouldn't hear. He learned she raised her sister after their parents died. That she never really dated seriously because life always needed her somewhere else first. At one point, one of the girls fell asleep leaning against her arm. Neither of them moved. Weeks passed. They started meeting at parks instead of restaurants. The girls started calling her Story Auntie because she made up bedtime stories about brave princesses who saved themselves. But life wasn't magically easy. His work hours were unpredictable. She struggled with letting someone depend on her emotionally. The girls sometimes cried at night missing their mom, and she never tried to replace that space, only sat with them, holding tiny hands. One evening, after a hard day where one of the girls got bullied at school for not having a mom, he sat on the apartment balcony, head in hands. "I don't know if I'm enough," he whispered. She sat beside him. "You don't have to be everything," she said. "You just have to be there. And you are." The biggest challenge came months later when he was offered a promotion in another city. Better pay. Better school district. Better future. But it meant starting over. He didn't tell her for 2 days. When he finally did, he looked like he expected her to leave. Instead, she asked, "When do we go see the schools?" His eyes filled instantly. The move was hard. New house. New routines. New fears. The girl struggled at first. She struggled leaving her old life. He struggled with guilt for changing everything again. But slowly, they built something new. Movie nights on Fridays. Pancakes on Sundays. Homework at the kitchen table. Quiet talks after the girls slept. A year later, they returned to that same restaurant while visiting their old city. This time, they arrived together. The hostess recognized them. "You brought the whole crew," she smiled. They sat at the same table. One of the girls whispered, "Daddy, this is where you found her." He shook his head gently. "No. This is where we found each other." Later that night, as they walked outside holding hands, the woman thought about that first moment. About almost leaving. About 3 tiny voices saying sorry for someone else's lateness. And she realized something powerful. Sometimes life doesn't show up perfectly. Sometimes it arrives late. Messy. Exhausted. Carrying 3 little girls and a handwritten note. But sometimes, that's exactly how love looks. So if this story made you feel something, hope, warmth, or belief that life can still surprise you, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Because the world needs more stories that remind us, the best things often arrive when we're about to give up waiting.